What's up, YouTube? Kevin in Colorado. Welcome to another exciting episode of Tesla Today. Hey, futures are in the green right now. We're getting ready for our second week of the turmoil between GameStop and Wall Street Bets and all that kind of fun jays, AMC, Robinhood, all that controversy. And I want to talk a little bit about the earnings report from Tesla. And I'm pissed, Tesla completely had lots of misses on its Q4 earnings report of 2020. The biggest one, obviously, being the gross margin. We'll talk a little bit about that coming forward. But a lot of misguidance, right? The Cybertruck got, I won't say delayed. We knew it was going to get pushed into 2022, but I was hoping that they would get out a few vehicles in 2021. It looks like that's not going to happen. But not having guidance more definitively on the semi, that's a big miss as well, man. I want a date like, hey, this is the year. We've been hearing that year after year after year. And that kind of goes to a pattern that Elon has. We'll talk about that with his autobiography. And then, so let's just jump into a few of those issues. And I'm going to tell you why I'm pissed, and then I'm going to tell you exactly why none of that matters. So let's jump into it. All right, I'm not here to bore you to death with the financial summary, but we'll talk about it for 30 seconds or less, okay? So here's a financial summary that shows fiscal year 2020 for Tesla. And come here, the Q4 2020 earnings. Here was our automotive gross margin right here on this line. We started Q1 back at 22.5%. Had a lot of hope going up to 25%, 25% for Q1, for Q2. Q3, we hopped all the way up to 27.7%. We think we're really cooking after the pandemic. And then it falls more than 3.5% down to 24% on that gross margin, which of course means less of a profit margin on your product. So that was very, very disappointing. Actually, the internals, if you take out the ZEV credits or the zero emission vehicle credits on both ends, went from like 23% gross margins down to 17.8% or 18%. So almost a 5% decline in gross margins. That was a huge miss. That was disappointing to see for a company that's completely vertically integrated. They did cite that they had many challenges, not just the pandemic. Also, we have the semiconductor shortage and part shortages and all that kind of logistics fun that added. Of course, and the biggest one they cited was the Model S, Model X refresh, which is very, very exciting. If you want a $140,000 Tesla Model S Plaid Edition that'll go 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds, the fastest production car in history, period. Electric, gas, other. The fastest production vehicle in the history of the world is Tesla. And I did like to see this. It said quarter end cash and cash equivalent increased to $19.4 billion on hand. So Tesla now is far from bankruptcy. It's amazing what 2 years makes a difference in that bottom line. But now they have that nice cushion of $19 billion in the bank. But you know what? They also gave out some really, really weak guidance going forward for sales. And I know it's best to under-promise and over-perform, or under-promise and over-deliver in this case. But I would like them to say, hey, for 2021, we're going to deliver over 800,000 vehicles. And all they said is that we expect to do more than 50%. So that'd be about 750,000 vehicles in 2021 versus my guess was going to be about $825,000 or about $75,000 vehicles fewer, which is disappointing. And this is one of the reasons Tesla stock got beat up for a couple days. But we're going to talk about why it doesn't care here in just a little bit. Here's another part that really pissed me off. We talked about Tesla and their full self-driving capability right here, the autopilot with full self-driving. So Tesla really pushed this out, saying, hey, this stuff's coming around the corner, and we'll talk more about Elon's delay, but they made it sound something that it wasn't. They made it sound like, hey, we're going to raise the price on full self-driving on the FSD package. So if you want to lock it in right now, you can do it for $8,000 US before it went to $10,000. And really, it wasn't even available. They hyped it, saying this beta edition's coming out. And really, the beta edition is out to less than 1,000 Tesla drivers right now. So there's 1 million Teslas on the road in 2021 now, and only 1,000 out of 1 million Tesla drivers have access to the beta edition of the full self-driving. Now, Tesla used the excuse that it was some type of government restriction or regulation. I have not seen that anywhere yet. I can't find a restriction from the government on the web talking about FSD and the beta restriction for Tesla. So I don't know if that's complete bullshit. If you see something, please let me know in the comments below or link it because I could not find it. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have spent the extra, $5,000 to lock in a beta FSD that I'm not going to be able to have a chance to even drive, possibly until the actual FSD itself gets released in 2021 or 2022 or 2023. I would put that money into Tesla stock and would got much better return on my investment. I do like the refresh of the Model S and Model X. I think the interior is beautiful, especially with this new yoke. I love that aircraft style yoke. Look at this gorgeous interior, and now your little crumb eaters back there can have a nice little screen right here from the watch in their seat. So that's going to be a fantastic, and I think it's going to be, even though it's limited, they only sold, 16,000 Model S, Model X last year. I think this refresh is going to help push it higher, and it will increase their margins as well. It's good looking stuff. And they said that the Gigafactory Berlin is on schedule to open up, hopefully by July 1st. Some really good pictures of what it looks like. I know it's huge. We know that Elon spent the night in one of the corporate offices in Berlin recently at the end of 2020. So that's coming along just great. Here is Giga Texas. That was 3 months ago on your left and present day on the right. So making lots of progress. They're also saying that the Semi is going to come out of Giga Texas in 2021. So before the Cybertruck, we're expecting the Semi to come out of Giga Texas. We shall see. They are battery cell constrained. That's what's keeping all the EVs down, not just Tesla or NIO or XPeng or GM or Ford. Everybody has a semiconductor shortage right now, and everybody has a battery cell constraint. All right, now to the good part. Why does this all matter? Nobody gives a shit. Tesla stock hit a high of $900 prior to the Q4 earnings report. It was at $868 just before the report. People, bought the rumor, sold the news going into it. Tesla missed on their earnings per share by almost 25%. They're expecting $1.04 on the street. They came in at 80 cents, so about 25% miss. Tesla took a dive, went all the way down to $820, $815 a share. And then, of course, the Wall Street bets and the GameStop disrupted the entire market. And we'll talk about that for a second. So when somebody went that short, when the hedge funds went short on GameStop, they're losing a lot of money because all the retail investors came in and drove the stock price up on GameStop. So what the hedgies had to do is had to close a lot of their short positions, but to make up for their losses, they had to sell a lot of long stocks that they were in, like Tesla, Apple, and take those profits to equalize those losses out. That's why you saw the overall stock market sell off in that last 48 hours of the market being open. So we'll see what happens today. Like I said, right now the futures are turning green. So the analyst the next day, here I was expecting Tesla to get downgraded. Another analyst gave Tesla a new price target. It's the second one now of having Tesla over $1,000 valuation in the next 12 months. And I imagine that's going to keep on continuing. So they gave Tesla a complete pass on their stinky quarter. And what the analyst said was, hey, is this worth it for the cost of growth? A company from delivering 500,000 cars in 2020 to delivering over 750,000 cars in 2021. What is that worth? And then Elon on his conference call made an actual argument for what would a full self-driving robotaxi be worth, and Tesla actually being undervalued. So going forward, Elon's the golden child and Tesla's the golden stock. So back to Wall Street's bets for a second, since that's the hot topic. So Elon jumps up and he Twitter's GameStonk. All of a sudden, GameStop rallies by over 30%. And then you wake up the next morning. What has Elon done? He's put a hashtag on his Twitter account with the hashtag Bitcoin. Bitcoin surges 17% that morning. Then he tweets out, hey, I really love Etsy. Etsy surges by more than 17%. Elon is the magic touch. He is Teflon, and he rides with a company called Tesla. So what do you think that's going to happen to the Michael Bradburys of the world with the big short, who's currently shorting Tesla, and a warning to all you other Tesla shorts? If somehow Tesla got in any type of trouble whatsoever and started getting more of a heavy short position seen on it, I guarantee you that Wall Street Bets and the other retailers will rally and drive Tesla's stock price all the way to the moon or to Mars. Well, hey, that'll be a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel. It does help. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you. See you tomorrow for another exciting episode of Tesla Today. And for all you Tesla stock fans out there, I did my very first call option on Tesla. We're going to talk about it right here tomorrow. You've been watching Tesla Today.